I've been wanting cookies lately, so I made the brilliant decision to make low-carb brown butter chocolate chip cookies during this heat wave. First, make some brown butter. I put 3 tablespoons of butter in a small dish and browned it over a low heat, stirring and whirling constantly so it doesn't burn. Stop when the solids are golden and the butter darkens. I started creaming a stick of butter before I started mixing the dry. Started with 120 grams or about a half cup of almond flour before I added the brown butter that was completely cooled to the regular butter to whip up. To the almond flour, I add 10 grams or about a tablespoon of oat fiber, 6 grams or about 1.5 teaspoons of bamboo fiber, half a teaspoon or around 2 to 3 grams of salt, half a teaspoon or about 1.7 grams of baking soda, and half a teaspoon or about 1.7 grams of xanthan gum, and stir that all together until lump-free. To the creaming butter, I add about a half cup or 120 grams of brown sugar substitute. I used Swerve, which is an erythritol and allulose blend, as well as around a tablespoon or 10 grams of a regular sugar substitute. I use monk fruit. Cream this together for literally 8 to 10 minutes, it's needed. When it's light and fluffy, I add an egg, a teaspoon or around 2.5 grams of vanilla extract, and a tablespoon or about 15 grams of plain Greek yogurt. Mix that for a minute or two before adding the dry to the wet in stages. After combining, I folded in about a half cup or 90 grams of sugar-free chocolate chips. These were Hershey's. Cover and refrigerate for about an hour. Then I used a 2.5 tablespoon scoop to portion the cookies out. I also flattened them a little bit before baking in a 350 degree oven for 15 to 18 minutes. Finish with a little flaky salt while they're hot. I'm not a food scientist, but if my calculations are correct, each cookie is around 82 calories, 1.7 grams of fiber, and less than 1 carb each. You can see that a cookie barely moved my blood sugar. These have structure but are more tender than crisp, but one of the best low-carb cookies I've ever had. Try it out, share, and let me know how it turns out.